Welcome back to The Green Band, the podcast that treats movie trailers with the same level of intensity that Christopher Nolan treats his cast. I'm Michael Carr.
And I'm Brian Fink, and much like a horror movie protagonist, ignoring the obvious red flags, we're diving headfirst into this week's trailer lineup.
That's right. We've got Holland for all the folks that have a Nicole Kidman Dutch lady fetish, and Another Simple Favor for all the folks that haven't heard enough Blake Lively news lately.
That message has been approved by Ryan Reynolds. Oh yeah, and then there's The Surfer, a movie that finally asks, will Nick Cage finally set down that Foster's beer to do his scene on the beach?
And speaking of survival, we get our second look at Until Dawn, which means we get to see everybody die again.
Who doesn't want to see that? Plus, we have a good old-fashioned Jedi duel over Andor Season 2. And then finally, Final Destination, Bloodlines is there to remind us never to get our nose pierced. Wait, there's barf bags here, right?
Yeah, we're going to need those. So grab your popcorn, avoid tractor trailers full of logs, and let's break down this week's trailers on The Green Band.
Welcome to The Green Band. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Carr and Brian Fink.
I just realized that, now that I push the button,
yeah,
I mean, we're introducing ourselves.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's a little weird.
We're talking about ourselves in the third person.
I push the button, and then it's like I introduce myself. Maybe I should just do the voiceover. I'll just go, and now your host, Brian Fink.
This is how insanity begins.
Yeah.
It's like, where were you? I was hanging out with myself all day.
Yeah.
Introducing myself. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it just gets weird. I mean, that is funny.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, man.
Or, well, not really a question, but it's more of an observation.
Yeah.
What's different about the show this week? For the viewers at home, there's two things different this week. Every week we're trying to modify the show to make it better, and there's two things this week.
Well, one I already called out.
Yeah, what was that?
It's definitely the walls look different.
The walls look different?
It's more padded.
Ding, 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 ding. If you put that in the comments, you win an elephant. A live elephant.
And a free sticker, we promise.
Oh, that's right. We're doing this for free stickers. What else?
The headphones.
The headphones.
Yeah.
That's right, Princess Leia.
Princess Leia. That's what I thought we were doing. I'm like, these actually work. I thought we were just doing it we're doing a whole Star Wars segment. I'm like, oh, okay.
There you go. That's true for Andor.
I mean, that's what I thought. I was like,
perfect.
I walk in, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We can
help me, Diego Luna. You're my only hope.
I was like, no. It is kind of weird. Like you just said, you hit the button, we introduce ourselves. Now I can hear myself talk. I just, it's actually not that bad. I thought it was gonna be like one of those bad connections you have on the phone, and my voice echoes every time I say something.
Oh,
like,
I hate
hey
that.
Mom, hey mom. I'm like, who else is on the phone? Who else is on the phone? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I'm like, he's playing games with me. He's playing games with me. I'm like, I hate that, but it's actually really smooth. I like
it's not bad. Yeah.
It's not bad.
It feels like a real radio show.
It does.
You fucking watch out, Howard Stern. You watch out. We're gonna start bringing naked women on the show. Apparently, to compete. I don't know. Does he still do that? In the 90s?
No. Now it's guys.
You can't do.
No, it was like. By the way,
equal opportunity.
He's not even listening anymore. He just signed off. After the week, Michael Carr and Brian Fink. Click. Let's see what's on news radio.
Yeah. Well, if you're a newcomer to the show, welcome. We go through this little spiel, so I'll make it real quick. Obviously, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, blah, blah, blah. Also, we're on podcast. Don't give a fuck anymore. We're on every major podcast platform as well. So the show is on YouTube video, but we're also on audio on Apple Podcasts. So if you don't want to look at our ugly mugs, please feel free to listen to our sultry, sexy voices, ladies. That's right. Where am I going with this?
No, but regardless.
You're like, no.
We would love to hear from you, regardless.
Yeah, and if you want to do that, we're on most of the socials, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and you can reach out to us on there, or, of course, on the YouTube comments, or you can write us, which is greenbandpodcast@gmail.com if you want to write us. So
we did get an email, though.
We did?
Yeah, this morning.
What is it?
From the toll roads. We have an evasion. We owe some money, but I don't know. I guess the Green Band, we owe them some money.
Here's the thing. I legit did a toll road evasion recently.
So
when you said it for a split second, I was like, we do? Does the Green Band have a license plate?
They just said they're going to take our license away. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm like, you can take our license, but not my headphones. Yeah. Fuck that. I'm like, this guy. Yeah, I'm joking.
Is it like a Ghostbuster style ambulance and says Green 1? That would be pretty rad.
That would actually be pretty rad.
That would be pretty good. And then we just drive around town in it, going to bust Ghosts? I don't know.
We could race Angelique like on
Yeah,
the
to drop trailer news.
Yeah.
We show up with our plasma
live.
bags. Don't worry, everybody. We're here. We got it now. We're going to tell you about the new Nick Cage trailer right now.
By the way, if we did that in Hollywood, people actually tip us. They throw money because
really?
They probably want to give pictures with us. That's what they always do.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
We'll pull up in front of Grauman's.
Yeah, movie
and they'll
premieres.
be like, wait, you're Ghostbusters, but you're not. You're green.
Hey, I know those guys. They didn't pay their
honestly,
toll.
we probably should do this whole thing to grow the show.
We should.
We should show up on a Saturday
We should.
in front of the Chinese theater dressed as Ghostbusters, but we're Green Band Ghostbusters. And take pictures with people and hand out Green Band stickers to be like, check out the Green Band, check out the Green Band, check it out on YouTube, check it out.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
And we could also be arrested, and it'd be fun.
I don't think we would.
No,
it's
we
like
wouldn't.
anything goes over there.
Yeah. That's what I'm
seen some
saying. They don't
crazy
care
shit.
on Hollywood, but they do not
They
care.
do not care.
Especially for movie premieres.
Yeah.
You see everybody comes out in all the costumes and this cosplay when they have that stuff. They wouldn't even know the difference.
We couldn't do it this weekend, though, because it's the Academy Awards this weekend.
So we'll go there.
So, but yeah, then we really will get arrested.
Yeah.
Because that's actually pretty high security.
Let's put stuff in the swag bags.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this Green Band sticker? I don't know what this
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively pull out their Green Man sticker. What the hell is this? Well, this isn't, what's it, Boost Mobile or whatever the hell he's Mint. At least it's both green.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
That's
there
good.
you go. All right. Well,
anyway, if you're still listening.
If you're still with us. All right, we got a jam-packed show.
We do.
Which I'm super excited about. We actually got 6 trailers. We're going to talk about this show, plus a couple movies that are coming out in theaters this weekend. And we actually have a lot of news to talk about. There's some sad news, some happy news, some holy
shocking,
shit news,
yeah.
shocking news. So let's get right into it. Wait, I think I fucked up. Yeah, no, well, actually, yeah. It's our first trailer talk. This is for a trailer called Holland. Let's check it out.
Trailer Talk.
Every day, I get to wake up in the best place on earth, Holland, Michigan.
Hi, Mrs. Vandergroot.
Good morning. I look around myself and it feels like a dream. Yoo-hoo. Hey, Nance. It's just perfect.
Please tell me Harry's gonna dance in Tulip Time this year.
Didn't Pastor Bob say the dancing was the devil?
Not Dutch dancing, silly. Just all the other kinds. It may seem like we have everything all together, but right under the surface, it's like we're being strangled.
So I got some bad news, Nance. We gotta go to Greenville. Just a one night, though.
Everything okay at home?
Hey, hon, we're back.
You know, it's important to me, Nancy, that you feel safe here. Here's the best part. Because you get to make up a story and control everything. Like directing your own film, but better.
This is weird.
God, I love good mysteries.
Sometimes in life, you just gotta follow the clues wherever they take you.
Jesus. Oh, Nancy, don't sneak up on me like that.
Get down, get down. This comes out. Our life is ruined.
What do you think is gonna happen?
Actions have consequences. It's like, you should leave a scab alone. Picking it, you're only gonna hurt yourself. But you do it anyway.
This is really super tonight, Nance. Did you do something different?
Brown mustard instead of yellow. I felt like doing something a little crazy.
Okay.
That's a cool. It's a cool trailer.
Yeah.
By the way, I've been to Holland,
Okay.
Michigan. This is
Really?
exactly what it's like. Oh yeah,
Oh,
we went there a
interesting.
couple times to check out the place when we were younger. I was the whole family because I didn't live that far from it.
Okay.
It is like this. I mean, first of all, now it's more like a tourist trap, but it's like this perfect place, like this utopia.
This reminds me so much of Solving.
Oh yeah,
Here
that's what I thought at first. I was
north
gonna make a
of
joke.
LA. Yeah, I was like, did they shoot this in Solving? Because there's also the Dutch windmill. There's
but they're all over the place. But that's
okay.
But there is this undertone in real life. So like I'm watching, I'm going, hey, all of a sudden all these memories came back, and I'm just like, I never had the brown mustard. I don't know what she's talking about. We all know it's blood. There's definitely this.
Oh wait, you think it's blood?
Yeah, I think there's a sinister level on it. Obviously.
Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe it's more obvious to you than me.
Well, you haven't been to Holland, so
it's true. So it's like the meat and all that. She's made. Is there something really?
Well, it's like that guy said.
Up happening.
I love a good mystery. So I don't know. There's definitely they don't give too much away. They definitely make you go, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
I like the sound design in the back. But it's like every one of these trailers has they always do this perfect, misdirect. To me, I would consider this a misdirect.
I think it is. But what I really appreciate about this trailer is that they took their time with the misdirect. Usually misdirects happen in the cold open, and then you go logos up, and then you're in.
Right.
I liked that this took its time to where I was actually wondering, like, oh, this is just like a nice family-friendly movie. Like, that's kind of cool,
Look at the flowers.
The misdirect doesn't happen until almost a third into the trailer, even maybe halfway. I like that.
What was the time code now? How long is this trailer?
Let's see. I don't know. What is?
Sorry, guys, we're getting technical because it did feel like
it's 2. Yeah, it's 2.5.
Okay, so that's standard. So that's interesting. So to dedicate that much time to an opening for the misdirect, and then come off that
220.
Oh,
220.
Wow. Okay, great.
Even less.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's also tells me they obviously don't want to give away the twist, and no one really does. But at the same time, like, why don't they?
Clearly, I hit the wrong damn button here. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're live, folks. We're live.
Seriously, really live.
So it's 2:20.
Yeah.
And they took almost half the trailer to do that opening. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So there's I liked it. I actually would probably check out this movie because I am a big fan of Nicole Kidman,
and she's if she just wasn't so lazy and like only did like she does one film every 2 years apparently. No, she's in like 1,000 things. It's crazy. It's just like I don't know how she has time for her husband, Mr. Urban.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine with that. No, anyway, so it's like, so I think
you've got some like insider information or something.
You've never been to Holland. No, it's like so. But ever since I saw her in the others, I was like sold on. Not that she's, So I see that reminds me of this. It's very haunting, psychological.
For me,
and then
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But for me, my Nicole Kidman moment when I was like, damn, was Eyes Wide Shut. I think that movie gets a lot of flack for being so, risque or whatever.
Right.
But her performance is amazing in that movie. It's like the commitment level.
She's a professional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, this looks cool.
Yeah. And I forgot to read the synopsis. It's a woman's picture-perfect life in quaint Holland, Michigan crumbles when she and a friend uncover a twisted secret in their midst. So, yeah, that's pretty much exactly
So then we all know what it's about.
Yep, that's it.
I don't know what it's about. But exactly. It's like it's a secret.
Yeah.
And there's a twist.
I hope
and there's myths. So, I mean, it's like this is...
It can't be that there's like a crazy sex cult because she's kind of already done that.
Yeah.
With Eyes Wide Shut.
I still think, you see the quick shot, the flash cut of the Pomeranian? That's who did it.
Oh, the Pomeranian did it?
Yeah, it's like real.
What was it last week? It was what trailer was it?
The cat.
It was the cat did it. Yeah.
Bring Her Back.
For Bring Her Back. Yeah, the cat's guilty.
On a side note, I know we have to move quick, but like after we discussed that last week, if you guys haven't seen it, go look at our last episode.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about that trailer right now.
Really?
Me personally, I think it's because they listen to us. But now they're all bringing back like, oh, hey, what's this about?
Our tens of listeners got together and let everybody know.
And I saw the reason why I'm bringing it up is because he just asked me. Someone wrote in the comments, the cat did it.
Really? Oh, that's great.
So I'm like,
fantastic.
We have 2 people listening now.
That's
all right,
fantastic.
Good. So,
all right. Well, let's jump into our next trailer.
Right.
This is, let's see. Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick together again, directed by Paul Feig, who also directed the original A Simple Favor and, of course, The Heat and Bridesmaids. Let's check out the trailer for another Simple Favor.
I think about her all the time. The faceless blonde I thought I knew. Was she a glamorous PR executive? Or a cold-blooded killer?
Bill. Holy shit.
Did you break out of prison?
Will you be my maid of honor?
here? You think I invited you to get revenge for stealing my life and taking my kid away from me? You think I want to make you pay?
I don't know, do you?
Maybe she really did change in prison?
If I do try to murder you, it'll make an amazing sequel.
What are you
Nice.
So basically, Blake Lively's autobiography. Go back and look at the opening of that trailer. I thought I knew her. That blonde. I'm like, oh my God, is this really happening? I was like, this is weird. It's paralleling the news, right?
Yeah,
it seems a little. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, well, I was thinking that, excuse me, when I first watched the trailer, I was like, okay, well, I wonder if, like, behind the scenes, was there any conversations about what to show and not to show and blah, blah, blah for this trailer based on the current news, you know?
Right.
But it seems pretty straightforward. Yeah, 100%.
All the time.
And also, my other takeaway with this was it feels like a sequel that might have been kind of a tough sell because I didn't see the original, but I kind of want to see it now.
Right.
Because this is interesting. I actually think it was a really great trailer. It's effective, but it feels like everything was wrapped up neatly with a bow in the original movie,
right?
Because and they sort of had to kind of really come up with a reason for her to enter Anna Kendrick's life again here. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's pretty effective in what they came up with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I buy it.
Yeah,
so I was like, well, that's pretty good.
No, I didn't see the original.
Okay,
the first one. So it's like, good. We prepared.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying. But that's actually a good thing because when in our business they always want to. Especially coming from clients, a lot of sequels, unless it's like, the Harry Potter series or the Star Wars franchise, it's like treat it like it's a individual movie.
Yeah.
So you can get that audience for those that haven't seen it, and especially if there's been a time gap in between that and the first one. So I think it still works. It's very effective. I don't need to know what happened in the first one to be like, okay, this is a revenge.
Yeah.
I would like to see a different little twist on the copy, but that's okay. I mean,
I never paid attention to the copy. I'm awful with that.
I know. This is a writer's plight that we never know. But it said it was revenge as best served chilled.
Okay.
But just with a twist. I'm like, right.
It'd
be funny,
it's
like,
Yeah. By the way, I have a copy surprise for you later in the show.
I love copy.
I know. I have a surprise for you. I pulled something especially for you.
Nice. What I was going to say is I already started rewriting, and I know this is no offense to anybody who wrote the copy.
Yeah,
I wanted to see, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. Here it comes.
We don't want to offend anybody.
But you could have something like revenge, best, is a best served chilled, comes with a favor. Do something that's going into it. But it's okay. I get it. And they're not giving it away, but it's effective if you don't know the first one. I was on board. But anyway.
I like the Italy setting.
Very cool.
That for some reason, most times I don't do this, but I really took a good look at that shot with the wedding on the pier.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, "That's beautiful! Like that's really cool."
That's Huntington
It
Beach.
looks like it's very, yeah, probably. It looks like it's really well shot. And I was like, I would almost watch this just for that, to be honest.
Right.
And
it's
also
Toronto.
Two lovely ladies. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind the looks of them. Okay, that's enough, Mike. All right, let's jump into Cinema Spotlight. This is what is opening this week in cinemas. And let's kick it off right. Wait, I fucked up. Here we go now.
Cinema Spotlight.
I like that.
Yeah, I like to mess up to see if I can mess up Jared, so he doesn't know like when he has to take the source. He's like, wait, now? Oh shit. Anyway, all right. So the first one up is really cool movie called My Dead Friend Zoe. Let's check it out.
Can you promise me it won't get messed up?
Taliban can't touch this.
If you ever catch me in some sort of dopey group therapy, you have permission to kill me.
So we're all here? Who wants to start?
My name is Merritt, Deployed to Afghanistan in 2016.
Okay. Aren't we better than this? Woe is me, ouchie, my feelings.
Let's get out of here.
Be quiet.
Merritt. Everything okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Grandpa, I've been dealing with some things.
That's what a soldier does. You suck it up.
First platoon said there's a sniper out there.
You think I'm scared?
Where are you going? Zoe!
You can't tell anyone. Burl. Damn, what a name.
Don't say that.
What? I can joke about the dead. These are my people.
Hey.
Here. I didn't think, have you ever played Buck Hunter?
No.
That's a new record.
Well, damn.
I'm crazy enough to say I'm crazy enough to shed my blood for you.
You think I'm crazy? Your mother thinks I'm crazy. But as long as you're under my roof, paper goes in goddamn six.
I would think seriously about what living in the past is worth.
Why would you re-enlist?
The world is not my oyster.
You think the world is my oyster? I'm a black woman in America.
With a lake house.
It's my grandparents' lake house. It is.
Oh, shut up.
Great trailer. Wow. Fantastic.
That's one of my favorite trailers in a long time, besides that 28 years later that we talked about.
This is time. It lets moments breathe.
Yeah.
Really well done.
And it feels different. It feels like a character piece, which I love.
Yeah.
I mean, we
also,
see so many set pieces.
That scene with Ed Harris with the recycling bin is every Sunday night at my house.
Yeah.
Why is there fucking cardboard in the trash receptacle? No.
Well,
I'm really understanding, I swear.
I do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just throwing stuff in there. Like, I don't care. Let these guys do it. It's like, but
once you reach a certain age, you just don't give a fuck anymore.
You just don't care. You're like, all right, I get it.
And we lost all the Gen Zers.
Yeah. What's better? When you ever go to the food court at the mall, they have everything like all separate. It's like landfill.
It's a
recycling,
whole thing. I got to sit there and
organics.
suss out. I'm like, okay, the banana peel goes here, and then the
receipts.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like everything.
And then I'm like, get confused. I'm like, well, wait, it's cardboard, but it's soiled. So is that like recyclable, or is that like compost, or I don't know.
They should make a movie about that.
Yeah. What would it be called?
I'm confused. Confused. Grazed and confused.
Recycled.
Recycled. Yeah. Recycled. That's good.
Okay, so engaged in a mysterious relationship with her dead best friend from the army, a female Afghanistan veteran comes head-to-head with her Vietnam vet grandfather at the family's ancestral lake house. And so this is really interesting. This is starring, I might mess up this name, I apologize, Sonequa Martin Green. Sonequa?
Yeah.
Thank you. She's from Star Trek Discovery and Space Jam: A New Legacy.
And Walking Dead.
Oh,
one of my
nice.
favorites.
Cool. And Natalie Morales. I love Natalie Morales. Parks and Recreation and Girls. And of course, fucking Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Apollo 13, Top Gun Maverick, Westworld. Love Ed Harris.
He's been around.
Now, this is really interesting. It's just directed by a newcomer named Kyle Hossman Stokes. He actually got his start as a paratrooper in the Army, was awarded the Bronze Star for his service as a convoy commander in Iraq, graduated from USA Film School. He is a co-founder of a nonprofit organization called Veterans in Media and Entertainment, and this is his first feature. So I thought he's super cool. I was like, honestly, after I read all his bio, I was like, I'm on board. I mean, I hadn't even seen the trailer yet, and I was on board just because I thought, how cool is art imitating life here? You know, I want to see
job,
this.
Stokes.
Yeah.
And thank you for your service.
Absolutely,
But that's crazy. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
actually. Well, it looks like a fun film. It's definitely different. I love the copy run in the back ink, and because I'm obsessed with copy run.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting to go small and have it grow in size. Right. I thought that was a little different.
Because there's a couple of different ways you can go with this. I mean, like, obviously, it plays an element in the movie. They didn't want to go supernatural. It had a very comedic tone to it as well, but real tone.
Yeah.
Like, this is what people go through.
Mm-hmm.
especially with PTSD. I mean, like they're like people go through this stuff. So I mean, but it's done in a way that maybe it can reach out to people, and it's phenomenal cast.
Yeah, it's definitely a dramedy vibe where it's going to have the feels, but it's also going to be funny. And so I'm going to go see this for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If I can carve out some time. Lately, it's been kind of tough, but I definitely want to go see it. All right. Also opening in theaters. So this was a limited release, but opening wide in theaters this week is Last Breath with Woody Harrelson. We showed the the trailer for this. I pulled a TV spot, and this is I'll just tell you, I fucked it up. I told you I gave away the surprise. This is the surprise I want to show you. So let's check out this TV spot for Last Breath.
Team A is going to be my hands on the seabed replacing pipeline.
They are the elite few.
Show some modesty. Cover yourself.
With the most dangerous job in the world.
Snag! Diver 1, where are you?
He's gone.
Based on the incredible true story.
I got an idea.
On February 28th, no one gets left behind.
I'm not losing a diver today.
Last Breath, rated PG-13, only in theaters February 28th.
How about all that copy, Brian?
It's like going a trip down memory lane.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
no cards to support it.
No cards.
Love that.
So to our viewers and listeners, this is old school.
Yeah.
Basically, you do two things with the copy. You're setting up all the shots. You know this as an editor. And first and foremost, it's telling you the story right off the top, what's happening. So you can just watch the cuts, and they're just telling you the story without having to read cards, and it's kind of that's a 30-second spot, right?
Yeah.
That's wall-to-wall copy.
Wall-to-wall copy. Very
you don't
little
see that
dialogue
anymore.
in there.
Yeah.
And I just love that. So what's more common these days is you'll see a TV spot spots are spots now. So it could be on YouTube, it could be on TV, whatever.
Right.
They're pretty much all just spots. And it's just cards, right? It's just cards that are like some people, and then blah, 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 and then thought it went away. Blah, 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 blah,
I thought it went away.
Yeah.
Right.
But like it's read, right? You have to read it and visually.
Yeah.
For me, for whatever reason, I don't associate when I see copy, it doesn't click as well with me, like visually. And I think it's a difference from being a visual person to like a more audio driven person. I'm clearly more audio driven, right? Like what I do for a living is audio mixing,
Sure.
right? And so for me, that type of marketing has never cut through as much. I'm paying attention to the visuals and like the dialogue,
right?
But I don't really read the copy when it's only
Nobody
in
reads
graphics.
anymore.
And I mainly look at the design. I'm like, oh, that's cool looking, but it doesn't register what it's actually saying, right? Back in the day, you wouldn't have cards at all, like what you were saying. It would just be the narrator talking.
Well, you know why, right? One of the biggest tricks they would do, this isn't just to pay the narrators to make it, which by the way is one of the best jobs in Hollywood back in the day.
I feel like it used to be.
Back in the day, that's what I'm saying, back in the day. But now we had this very famous executive at Fox used to say, he resisted for the longest time to go when everybody was making the transition to cards, Paramount leading that way, but this is executive Fox. He used to say, listen, you know why I want to keep narration in? Not to simplify this. It's because at the time, as I'm dating myself, everybody didn't want to watch commercials. Yeah. They wanted to get up and go empty the dishwasher and do it. So, but when they're in the next room, getting the kids, whatever, they can hear it.
Exactly.
They were the best, most elite in the world. Oh,
but that's what I think.
And that's how it worked.
I think that guy's absolutely 100%
he was
right.
100% right.
It's, as they say, audio is more than half of the experience, right? They've done studies that audio, and I'm sure I'm starting up a debate right now. If you have a different opinion, you put it in the comments. But
email us.
They literally have scientifically proven that audio is 60% of the experience versus pictures like 40%.
No.
If you're going to go to the movies, would you rather watch it without audio or without picture? And if you really think of, well, obviously you wouldn't want either, but my point is you wouldn't want either, but I'm saying you could get the story from listening to the audio, but good luck kind of getting it from just watching the visuals only, so anyway, my point is I feel the same way as that exec. I would rather have copy like auditorily, like actually verbally said, because if I get up and I walk to the kitchen to grab, whatever, a soda or a frosty beverage, some popcorn, I want to be able to hear what it's
that
about.
was his point.
He's right. I think he's 100%
you could hear
right.
it and still do two things. They were still getting their message across, and without having to be people watch it, because it's just like a radio spot. But I'm the wrong guy to ask because I'm a big fan of Mystery Theater 3000. So you could take the audio away. I'll just make up my own audio.
There you go.
Okay, we're gonna go in the water. We're gonna go there. Oh, hold your breath. Oh.
Okay. Things are very different around your house than mine. I love that attitude. You make the best of everything. It's good. Yeah,
it's good.
It's good. So obviously this stars openings again wide this weekend. This stars Woody Harrelson. He needs no introduction. Kingpin, Zombieland, Natural Born Killers. I love Woody Harrelson. He's fantastic.
He's
so I am definitely signing up for this.
And critically acclaimed. It's getting good reviews so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, so I feel like this is a little bit of a tough sell. Is it between, My Dead Friend Zoe and Last Breath? Both of these have high ratings.
Yeah.
That might be a tough one. But I will say, if you're going to see one, My Dead Friend Zoe is only
it's
limited. So it's going to have a longer run. So
Right.
you've got time to see it. So maybe see Last Breath this weekend and then wait till there's a shit weekend at the box office and go see My Dead Friend Zoe. I don't know.
But either way, go to the movies.
Either way, go to the movies.
Go to the theater.
Enjoy. So, all right, we got way more to get through. Let's keep going. This is a pretty cool trailer. Nick Cage movie called The Surfer.
I haven't seen this one yet. So let's check it out.
Good. You're gonna love it. All right, let's check this out, guys.
You can't stop a wave. Born in a storm, way out to sea. Pure energy. And it's all building to this breaking point.
Hey, Uncle's Army!
I grew up here.
Don't live here. Don't surf here.
Hey, Dad.
It's okay. You're scaring my boy.
Now. No need for all this fuss. Listen to me, brother. I know it's smart to lose face in front of your boy, but you gotta know when to back down, or it could get a whole lot worse.
This is a special place for us. It was magic here when I was your age. My old house is finally for sale, and I'm buying it.
Just want to go home now.
Wake up.
Locals only. Don't live here, don't surf here.
I'm not surfing. There's a view for locals only as well. Hey! Hey!
Men are like engines. You've got to release a little steam now and then or you'll blow up.
That's my board, and I want it back.
Listen, mate, I think you've been out in the sun too long.
No, my father gave me that board.
I can tell you myself, that old board's been up there for as long as I can remember. She's a beauty, isn't she?
I'm not trying to be cruel.
You don't belong here anymore.
All I want is to take my son surfing.
Don't kid yourself now. Before you can have everything, you have to experience nothing.
What?
Pathetic.
That's a good one.
This is one of my favorite trailers this year.
The next wave of insanity.
Yeah, it's Nick Cage being totally Nick Cage. Like, I just love it.
Do you notice, like, all the trailers that for the movies he's in, they don't even do copy. They just put, like, all the accolades up there. There's quotes.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do right now.
Well, I feel like he's going through his, like, artsy phase.
Sure, of course.
He's doing all these really cool, like, artsy films where he can really emote and, like, have fun with it. But I love this one, man. I don't know quite where it's going. Seems like there's a little like weird culty stuff happening or something in there.
But there's a supernatural tone because he's like, is he kind of crazy? Like there's a little fear and loathing in there. You know what I'm saying? Like a little fear and loathing.
Yes.
Because when he sees that's my board, like that's where the hint is. Like maybe that's not his board, or he thinks,
or
is he a little
exactly? Is it like the? Which I don't want to give anything away, but I am gonna just kind of.
We're just making shit up now.
Yeah, we're just making shit up. What if it's like the twist is that he's really the one that's lost his marbles, and these guys are normal or something like
And you know how they pick on the odd guy, like he's like, maybe that's the whole thing. I don't know. It's interesting.
So you brought up something pretty funny. You said earlier that Nick Cage picks his movies now based on vacation spots.
Well, I heard that. It's like that's why I laughed in the beginning when I saw Roadside and Line Lionsgate, not at them, but he has all these movies because they get to travel.
Yeah.
So he always that's one of his things. He's like, what do you think about going to these places? And all he said was, I get to travel. So it's like, I don't blame
if
him.
you're gonna make a movie, why not make
Why
it on
not?
the Australian beach?
It looks beautiful there.
Also, the scene where the guy comes up on the Santa hat.
Oh, yeah.
I was dying. I'm like, I can't take this scene seriously because the guy's got this Santa hat on with no context. Of course, it's true. They don't have time to explain. I'm sure there's context. It's like Christmas Day that day or something, and they're going surfing, but that cracked me up.
Or if we had a copy, the day after Christmas. This is our beach.
Exactly. So I'll just say this is here's a synopsis for it. When a man returns to his beachside hometown in Australia, he is humiliated in front of his teenage son by a local group of surfers who claim ownership over the secluded beach of his childhood. Yeah, it all checks out. But I'm looking forward to. I really want to see this one. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm excited.
It's cool. It's definitely I can tell already it'll be a cult favorite.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's get into our fourth trailer. This is the new trailer. Now we showed a trailer for Until Dawn.
It was trailer one,
like a month ago or something.
Right.
This is trailer 2, and let's check it out right now.
I can't.
No, please, no!
Up the road, there's a place stuck in time.
What is that?
Stuck in time.
Every time we die, we find ourselves back here again.
Stuck in time.
But the night is never the same. We're here again.
Stuck in time.
But the night is never the same. Every night something new is trying to kill us. We're here again. Something new is trying to kill us. What is that? We're here again.
If we want to survive,
Oh my god.
we have to make it until dawn.
I want out.
Until dawn.
Please let me out.
We have to make it until dawn.
Please let me out.
Until dawn. We have to make it until dawn.
They're coming.
Up the road, that's where people get into trouble.
That's cool. That's fun.
Dude, Halloween Horror Nights is getting crazy.
I'm getting front of line pass for that.
There's two things I love about this trailer.
Yeah.
Number one, I love that story-wise, it picks up right where the teaser leaves off.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. The teaser
opening
serves
scene.
the purpose in basically showing, giving away, whatever,
Right.
the whole premise.
Right.
Right. It starts very mysterious and then, they're getting killed in a Groundhog Day type thing. I love that this just picks up like you've seen the teaser, know that, and then it just explores the whole premise.
This is what you have to do.
Yeah, right from the get-go. It's great.
I was thinking about that like halfway through. I'm like, what a cool idea. More trailers should do this.
Yeah. Yep.
Honestly, don't just do the
being continuous.
Yeah.
Like,
don't do the best testing spots again with a little intro of what the story's about. Like, set it up and trailer one or teaser or whatever you want to call it, and then like literally just pick it up. Like part 2.
The other thing I love about it is all the reverse footage.
Yeah, so cool.
That's such a simple thing to do.
Yeah, it really is, but effective in this one.
It's very effective for this. It's like we know the whole premise is that they have to do it over and over again.
Right.
So by reversing, you're already kind of saying that without saying it. What a great editing trick that just...
And it also says they have to relive this.
Yeah.
That's no way of saying reversing. It's like, you can't,
it's great. And it sets it up right from the beginning,
Very
smartly.
quick. Yeah.
Like right from the beginning, this is how this trailer is going to work by the guy, doing it and then reversing,
And
It's
I love
just really
it.
well done.
If you just close your eyes and don't watch it, I was thinking about this. All you hear is this. What are we going to do? How are we going to do? It was just like this, this orchestra of screams and sound effects. It was just
I did love the repeated in time. reverse. Like, I actually really appreciated that. The soundscape they built was cool.
Echo.
Yeah.
Pinch hitting.
Wait, are we on a Dodgers game now?
But it's like, I love the echo sound effect that was in there. It was great.
Next. Another killer. Stepping up with a bat.
Check the number of your seat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait, no, that's an axe.
No, behind you.
And then yell at the screen. Never mind. Okay.
Turn your cell off.
Everything's a delay. Everything.
It's just so stupid. Stupid.
Yeah, we know the premise for this. I'm not going to read it, but I think we did say this last time. This is directed by David F. Sandberg, who directed Shazam and Lights Out. I'm excited because I think he's an interesting director. And
Lights Out was crazy.
Lights Out, I have not seen.
See the short.
There's a short?
It's based on a short.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the one where the lights turn off and there's this creepy lady and turn it on. Look at the short first.
Okay.
The short is terrifying.
Really?
I mean, this movie was kind of creepy too, but the director who's the directing of this movie.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So he directed the short and then got
I don't know if he did the
feature?
short, but
okay.
he directed the feature that was based off the short. But very cool. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got a lot of Hollywood headlines to jump into, so let's play that.
Hollywood headlines.
All right, we got lots to talk about in the Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it starts off on a sad note.
R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
Man.
Wow. Just happened yesterday. Authorities found both he and his wife, and now I found out one of his dogs, German Shepherd, all dead in the house, in their Santa Fe house. He was...
As an owner of a German Shepherd, that hits, man. That's terrible.
And now they're saying, it warrants a bigger and further investigation.
Yeah.
I've already heard rumors, and I don't know if I want to spread rumors, but maybe a broken pipe, carbon monoxide poisoning. I mean,
that's kind of what it points to. It's really similar to, was it beaches or sandals? Something, remember that last year where some tourist died?
Yeah.
It was like the same thing, I think. Yeah.
But he's a true Hollywood legend.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
I think... not only because I'm from Indiana, but Hoosiers was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Academy Award winning, I believe. So, but his performance in so many of them, that's one that stands up just because it was such a great movie. And
he's amazing. What am I thinking of the movie he was in that it was a submarine movie? What one was that one?
A submarine movie?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It's live. We can't cut it out. Crap. I made a mistake. Oh, well. Moving on.
Send an email.
Yeah, right.
But no,
right.
he's been in a lot of stuff.
Tons of stuff.
Yeah. But he was 95.
Yeah.
95 years old.
Yeah, but R.I.P. man, that's a bummer. And then
on a positive note, Kathleen Kennedy is exiting.
Positive note,
she's stepping down for Lucasfilm.
What? Now,
I'm
Brian,
sorry,
you were telling me. No, it's fine. It's a comedy show. You were telling me about this before we were on the air. Okay.
Right.
Explain to me how people are taking this.
Chat boards, it's the chat, as the kids would say, and all the Reddits on. They're saying this is the best thing that could happen.
Poor
for Lucasfilm. I mean,
it's so funny because she's a seasoned producer. She's done, oh my God, like with Spielberg and like for years.
Right,
so
for years.
It's crazy that why people feel that way.
But they're saying, there's always been. She's been plagued with controversies, especially over the separate Star Wars movie. The biggest one to know is Solo.
Yeah,
she with
Wasn't
Lauren,
there also
those guys.
a thing where she would constantly cast British brunettes.
Is that true?
Yeah, because you think of Rey, and then there were a couple other ones, I guess, in there where she would just always cast British brunettes. Somebody said so. I read that somewhere.
Well, there's a lot of chatter, and of course, there's a lot of keyboard heroes out there that they're just gonna warriors that they think they can get out there and say this is why, but.
Yeah.
It's
my
funny.
Opinion is,
my opinion is I can do this right. I would never make Solo. And first of all, if it was Solo, it would be a girl starring something. No, it's like I'm just saying but I'm just saying everybody has.
If I had ever left my basement and ever met a girl, here's how I would do it.
If I could do it, but that means I have to shower. No, never mind. But she made a clarification today that she's not stepping away from Disney.
Okay.
Just Lucasfilm.
Yay.
And then she also said, for now.
Oh, Lord.
So who knows what that means?
That's so vague.
It's very...
And reeks of just someone with a lot of power. Or you can be like, all right, I'll go for now, mouse. I might come back. You watch yourself,
Watch your back,
Mickey. Yeah.
I know where you live in that hole. But I'm just like,
well, okay, but no one really likes your movies anymore.
if you're still listening, that was a pretty good Mickey answer.
Thank you.
But
Thank
I'm
you.
saying
I work
that
on it at night by myself.
Disney, yeah, I know.
I look at Jared. What the fuck was that joke? Sometimes I look at him to laugh just
All of a
to
sudden,
make me feel like I did.
You just said something.
I got a thumbs up. All right, yeah.
All I can picture you like in that mouse voice, yelling at everybody in your house about the recycle. That's recycle. That's garbage. That's all I can think about. I don't know why that popped in my head. But that's all I can think about. Get the fucking right. You gotta get over there. That's recycle. That's trash. Someone give me Kathleen on the phone. It's like, but Disney's actually going through crazy changes now anyway. So
when are they not going through crazy changes?
They really should just make a soap opera about it.
I mean, I'm a huge Disney fan. I'm not going to lie. Right. I think most people know that. My girlfriend's an even bigger Disney fan than me, which is saying a lot. But when are they not especially in the last few years, right?
Yeah,
like the last 5-6 years, right before COVID and on, when have they not been going through drama or something?
It's always
like,
something,
Jesus,
man. Expansions and shit.
But even, when you look into like the history of Disney, like even when Eisner was there was fucking drama. Like it's just there's just so much going on, and and so many people. There's always gonna be
it's gonna be something, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the fans are always gonna disagree with something or that, and then they get dramatic and blah blah.
Right now, Marvel's just in the back with their popcorn. I'm gonna let this play out.
They should, considering one of our next things we're gonna talk about.
That's why that was my segue.
Yeah, that's a good segue.
So listen the fuck up.
Well,
all right,
let's go ahead and talk about that. So we'll do Technicolor last, but this is, which I just gave it away, but Marvel's latest underachiever exposes weakness in what was once the MCU's strength. So what we're talking about is Brave New World. Now, let's start by saying one of the coolest fucking trailers I've ever seen. Made me so excited to see it. Went and saw it in the cinema.
Are we talking about Andor 2?
No, we're talking
about point for me.
No. We'll talk about Andor.
We'll get there in a second.
We're gonna fucking have
I interrupted.
I
took a cheap shot.
My lightsaber, and we're gonna go at it.
I took a cheap shot.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
No, but the movie, in my opinion, did not deliver, and it feels like a lot of other people feel that way. Things I liked about. Have you seen it? Have you seen Brave New World? Captain America
I have
Brave?
not seen it.
Okay.
No.
Well, things I liked about it. I love Harrison Ford, but that's just me. I love Harrison Ford. He can kind of do no wrong in my book.
Right.
I actually really liked Anthony Mackie, which I was surprised.
I'm actually a fan.
In the past, I haven't been as much of a fan of him. I felt like he was a good sidekick character, like actor, but I feel like he's come a long way.
Sure.
And for some reason, I felt like he really held. He was the new Cap. It felt good to me.
That's cool.
So that was good. But there was some other casting that was really a head scratcher for me. I was like, why is this person cast in this role? Like, what? And then overall, just the story, man, and the script. Just was pointless, like, in my opinion, to sort of move the MCU forward. The villain wasn't very good, although played by a great actor. The villain just wasn't written very good. The writing was weird. It was just the best way I can put it. And sorry, I'm just finishing what I thought. And I was telling someone, I forget who I was telling, but they, in my opinion, one of the things they did was they violated the number one rule, maybe not number one, but one of the biggest rules of screenwriting, which is show, don't tell.
Yeah.
The thing played out like a damn walk and talk. They're like, oh yeah, when Harrison, well, I forget the fucking character's name, but when Harrison Ford was in there getting operated on and turned, I'm like, well, that would be a fucking cool scene to see.
Right.
Why don't you guys shoot the scene?
Right. Yeah.
Like, that would have been great.
Right.
So every other Marvel movie has done really well. It's, they'll go flashbacks and in this, and like it makes it compelling and interesting. But this was just a lot of talking about what had happened or what will happen, and
Well, not to spin the rumor mill, but I'd heard that ChatGPT was involved in this.
Really?
But just like they had said, like that experiment with the Beetlejuice, which they did half the movie supposedly with the ChatGPT. this was involved. ChatGPT was consulted for
Can
some
I
of
ask
the
where
writing.
you heard this unless it's insider information?
Insider information.
No, you may not ask me.
I don't know.
Shut down.
Wow, you just totally avoided the question and just
Yeah,
answered it in
yeah,
some weird way. But,
yeah.
look, but you can go online and look at, like, not that I'm
Okay.
saying believe everything you read on the internet, because
Sure.
don't.
But you're saying you don't have to choose to believe it or not because you already know for certain.
But I
from-
would say,
from
yeah.
an
I
inside
mean,
source.
listen, ChatGPT has its off days, has its use.
This morning had an off day for us.
Totally. But I'm just saying, like,
this whole thing was written by ChatGPT, which is why it's so fucked up. No kidding.
If you laugh, I wrote it.
Oh, hey.
Sorry.
The fuck? I'm like giving you the laugh, like, you know, and I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell?
That worked perfectly.
Yeah.
No,
But
so I'm not surprised. I've not seen the movie, Mikey, so I don't know.
Well, I've got some little bullet points to go
Okay.
through, and then we'll talk about our last news article. But low audience reviews and critic reviews.
Yeah.
Last time I looked, it had a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is not great. Slid 68% in box office on the second week, and the first week wasn't that fucking good.
No,
because the first week a Marvel movie should be like 130 million. It was like 85 or say 88. It was not great. So then slid 68%. You know, this article talks, which we'll put it in the show notes, but this article also talks about just other Marvel misses of recent, like the Marvels. You know, the issues with Kang and Jonathan Majors. How you know, they had set up Kang in Quantumania as the new big villain, and they had to completely pivot to, I believe, Doctor Doom, which is going to be played again by Robert Downey Jr., right?
Right. Which
so I
people are
think
already upset
that
about.
has really messed up the sort of storyline, you know, things that they were going to do in the grand scheme. They do have two movies coming out that look really interesting, Thunderbolts, and then they have Fantastic Four reboot.
I'm curious about Fantastic Four.
I actually quite like I don't know if we showed it, but we should have. Actually.
The Thunderbolts?
No, well, the Thunderbolts as well. Well, those are two we could work on maybe next week. But the Fantastic Four trailer, I really do like the world that they've set up for this new sort of Art Deco 50s thing. I love that. It reminds me a lot of. What was the thing with Vision? Oh, WandaVision.
I like that series.
Yeah, very cool. So I think both those could do well, but they're kind of saying that a lot hinges on these two movies to sort of get this new MCU kicked off. And if it doesn't, where are you going to go with it? You're not going to have an Avengers. Nobody's going to fucking show up if the audience isn't hooking into that storyline and it's making sense.
Well, rumor is Kathleen Kennedy's being brought on to help them.
Okay, Kathleen, you can come back. I miss you already.
I'm a DC fan anyway.
Holy shit.
Hold on a second, my phone's ringing.
Controversy.
Oh, it's Disney.
It's Disney. Our lawyer will be contacting
but
you,
it's
Brian.
crazy how... Hello, Mr. Fink. I'm calling on behalf of Disney and the toll roads. What?
We're like, we haven't even put this out yet. And they're like, we have eyes everywhere.
Jared!
Holy shit. Yeah.
No, but it's really crazy that the fall off.
There's a mole. It's Jared.
Right, thank you.
So yeah, I was a little slow on that joke.
Hello.
Slow up on the
echo,
take.
echo,
Yeah.
Everything's delayed. It's like, but 68% is a huge. I mean,
That's a
it
huge
happens,
drop.
but you know, people see it. They can see right there.
Yeah.
But
So,
anyway.
Okay, moving on. Last thing, man. This hit me hard. Not that I worked there, but I do know people that have worked there in the past. I used to have an office on the Sunset Gower lot next to Technicolor, and Technicolor, from what everyone seems to be saying, is starting to shut down operations. I guess it was this article talks about it was sort of a combination of COVID, and then you've got the strikes, right? The WGA strikes is what they cited, but I mean also the SAG strike as well, right behind it or at the same time, really. Just sort of compounded, and then of course what they don't talk about, but you and I know, it's just a general restructuring and consolidation of the entertainment industry at large. Like
the downsizing was a huge tip off way back when. I had friends that were unfortunately part of that departure, and it's been happening for a while, even though despite the announcement. It's sad because for people listening, this is like an institution.
Yeah.
Part of the history of Hollywood.
I mean, you literally see classic films that say, color by Technicolor.
Right.
It's been around forever. And what's really sad too is that there's two now, there's like this conglomerate in a post-production conglomerate called Streamland that owns a lot of different places.
Right.
Apparently they own Technicolor. So apparently, Technicolor shuttering, but underneath Technicolor is MPC in the mill, these visual effects places.
I remember that. Yeah.
So those are also going away. It's not it's Technicolor, but also all of its subsidiaries. And Technicolor is massive. They've got London, they've got offices everywhere, probably like Singapore or London, here in LA. So it's going to affect a lot of folks, and it's sad, and it's somewhat inevitable, I will say, in just the way the industry's moving in terms of technology. You just don't need as much large resources, these large post facilities to do films like you used to. These smaller films can be done on a computer these days, for real. Like, for the most part, you can people know you can edit and color your film on one machine if you wanted to.
And by smaller films, also streaming, right? All these things. So
but this feels faster than it should have happened, and obviously it's just a compound of the last 5 years, and it's really sad.
I hate seeing that happen. Because then you hear about it, and we can sit here and tell everybody, like, oh, remember you used to go to the theaters and they're streaming. But when you see institutions like this dissolve, it's like real. Yeah. All of a sudden, it just got real.
Yeah,
and
it's not like we haven't seen it before. Like, Rhythm and Hues visual effects went under recently, and it's a tough business, man, and it's tougher than ever before, to be honest. It really is. So R.I.P. Technicolor. Sad day. But let's pick it back up. No transition there.
No, let's do it. We got it.
Sad to happy. Let's pick it up. We have 2 more trailers to get through. This is a jam-packed show.
It's a packed show.
All right, this one we're going to fight about. Get your lightsabers ready. This is Andor Season 2.
I'm going to stretch.
Oh, he's stretching out. Okay. All right, Stretcher Armstrong. Here we go.
We're in a war. You want to fight? Or you want to win?
Last night I dreamed that the world had turned around. All our hopes had come to be. The revolution starts now.
What a swell party this is.
Remember this moment. You're here, you're right here, and you're ready to fight.
Man, the new Matchbox 20 music video looks fucking awesome.
I'd go see that movie. I go see that movie.
No, really, I'm actually glad that APM finally got a song licensed from their catalog.
Oh, who are you digging there?
Okay.
I actually...
We're at odds here. The series is great.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just go common ground. Series is great.
Series is great. I watched the first season.
Right.
I'm excited for the second.
Right.
Personally, I don't love this trailer.
Okay, why?
Why? First off, no shade as always, because we never know how these things develop, and it's all good.
Sure.
I don't like the song. And a song sounds like some catalog song.
Right.
Like, it's not even like, I've never heard this song. Have you heard this song?
Yeah.
Is this a band?
Yeah. Well, see, really, he's the guy who's saying this has been around for since the 70s.
Okay.
And the song came out in 2004. It's called The Revolution Starts Now.
2004?
2004.
I'm glad they picked a topical song.
Well, it's because it was actually, do you know the history of the song?
No.
It was made before the presidential campaign.
Okay.
And
for Obama?
I forget which candidate. Yeah, for Obama.
Wait, 2004?
No,
that's too early.
It's too early. It was for, but it was used in that campaign. I just remember seeing it.
Bush? Was it Bush?
To say no, who ran against him?
Oh, well, not Al Gore. It'd be the second. Who was it? I don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, this is train wreck right here. We just derailed.
So anyway,
the point is, there's a reason why they picked this song.
Okay.
And I at first was hesitant to be like, I don't know. It's an interesting choice. But Andor has always been, how do I say this? The black sheep of the series, and they call it Star Wars stories. And I'll tell you why.
Really?
Because in a mean way, it has the best writing of all the series.
Yeah.
I mean, Mandalorian 1, I really like.
Oh, it's great.
After that, it was like, and the Book of Boba Fett, forget about.
Yeah.
And what's the new with the Acolyte? Forget about. It's like, I was like, no.
yeah.
So I'm like, a lot of this, this was like a real series. And if you just get past the 3 or 4 episodes of the first one, it is so amazing. And I'm going to tell you why. Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars stories.
It's my favorite one.
And so at first I was like, I don't know. But then I'm looking at it again. I'm like, I know what they're trying to do. And I decided to do a little deep dive on this. But let me tell you why I like this trailer. One is the song. Now, there's no right or wrong answer to this. You're right not liking it because it's different. It's just a perspective of congruity, meaning it's a little bit different. You're going to look at this and be like, hey, this is playing counter to what I think it should be.
Okay.
Well, what do you want it to be? Do you want it to have the Darth Maul choir and like crazy epic stuff? That's not.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
But you know what? That's not the. You know what's funny? Which is great. But now do it in Mickey voice. Good luck. But what I'm saying is,
hold on.
that's hard. But I like it because it's not the rhetoric of this show. The rhetoric of the show is more higher end and better writing, and then it actually ties into the story. That's one of the biggest pivotal points in the Star Wars New Hope.
Okay.
That's getting the plans to help destroy the Death Star. Unfortunately, it's funny, when I deep dived on this whole thing, a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to go do this because they're going to lose a lot of viewers because they know how it ends.
Oh,
well,
people
we all
were.
know, yeah.
Oh, wait.
So
okay,
it's
so
like-
this is all starting to make more sense to me now.
You're
explaining this is starting. I'm starting to get on board.
Right. And by the way, I might sound like a crazy person right now. I might sound like Nick Cage. I'm like little fragments here. There's so many. So that's the first reason. I actually like the song because I'm like, okay, it's different now.
I don't like the song.
Fine. That's okay. And it's like now, as a producer, would that be my first choice? No. No, not at all. But
And it might not have been their
But
first
I
choice.
understand why they used it.
Okay.
And so the second thing is they are doing so many crazy tie-ins with the timeline, and I can nerd out in about 2 seconds about even the TIE fighter. It's not the TIE fighter you've seen there. That plays a pivotal role. That's the TIE Avenger that first was debuted not on their timeline, but in the Star Wars TIE fighter game back in the late 90s, I think. And it was the biggest thing. And ask me why.
Why?
Because it was the bad version of the Millennium Falcon. This TIE Avenger
Well,
had the
everybody,
ability.
welcome to our new podcast called Star Wars Today with Brian Fink.
It had the ability to go into hyperspace, which other TIE fighters don't.
Yeah.
Why Han Solo was able to flee from them back in the original trilogy. Yeah, this is all in there. So people are seeing this and people are going crazy. There are people
We need more Star Wars content on this show so you can riff on. Holy shit.
People were going crazy over this. I bet you half of them didn't even fucking hear the song.
Yeah.
Because they're going, oh my God, there's a TIE Fighter Avenger. There's Krennic.
I'll
There's
be honest,
Saw
when
Gerrero.
I read the comments, only one comment. Most of them were like this. They're like, oh, did you see so-and-so's playing this? And then and only one comment was like, I don't really know about the music. And I was like, thank you. Thank you, dude, guy.
Yeah, I saw that comment. It said M Green Band 1.
Here's the other thing I was confused about when I watched it. So I was surprised about all the accolade stuff, like the original series.
Well, that's interesting.
And I was like, is this because it's awards season? Like, is this an awards thing? I was like, I'm a member of the TV Academy. Are they fucking targeting me? Like, what's going on here? And then, but I was like, no, it's labeled trailer 1. I was like, this is an awards thing. Well, you said it. You said it earlier.
Yeah.
People hadn't signed on for season 1. Because they're like, well, I'm going to know how it ends because Rogue One.
Different.
Yeah.
We already know, but
I will say, the only reason I even watched Andor is because a friend of mine named Eric Reed. Hey, Eric. Hi. Eric, I don't think he listens to the show, but if he does, he's just like, holy shit. And he just swerved off the road. Never mind. Eric was like, you got to watch Andor. It's great. So it was word of mouth that got me watching. So maybe that's why they're like, there's this big push. But for me, to be honest, when I first watched it, felt a little desperate. And I was like, you guys don't have to be desperate. There's a fucking phenomenal show.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like, watch it because everybody like.
Oh, you mean because the accolades?
Yeah,
and the
accolades
quotes.
were
Right.
like we're so on the nose. Like,
right.
That was the only thing for me. You know, the copy.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to do that because it has such a. For example, would you have back in the day? Would you have done that for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets? No.
Yeah.
It was so big. Like, why would you do that? Because Sorcerer's Stone was awesome and already had a built-in audience. They love it. This has a built-in audience already.
Yeah.
This has already been proven to be kind of like the black sheep in a good way that's separated itself from all the other stories that I just mentioned, like the book of Bubba Fett, the Acolyte.
The book of Bubba Fett?
I just said Bubba Fett.
I grew up with Bubba Fett. Hey, Mikey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's Bubba Fett.
Bubba, if you're listening,
you gonna eat that snake you done just killed?
Where the hell did you grow up?
That happened.
I'm joking.
That's a real story. Some rednecks showed up and wanted a snake that my grandfather killed, and they went and ate it. This is where I grew up. Fucking Bubba Fett land.
Maybe they should change the song. I don't know. It's like, but I'm saying, like, I don't think, I kind of agree there. I don't think you need to have that many, maybe one, but promise the next thing. Because if it's true that they really want to get people to stay on to this, because everybody knows where this is leading up. I think by the way, I think they're dividing it into like 3 different seasons. Is that right? I mean, it's season 2, but 3 different arcs.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. But it's all going to lead up to literally the first scene in Rogue One, where he's at, which is kind of cool.
That's really cool. Rogue One, when Darth Vader appears, is like the coolest appearance of Darth Vader ever.
Right.
It was so electric. Just wow.
Yeah.
But okay, well, I will say this. I feel like if they're approaching this from a, hey, let's try to get attention for all the folks that still haven't signed on to the whole Andor thing, right? They didn't watch season 1.
Right.
We want them to go back, watch season 1, and then
Creating
sign on
hype.
for the.
Right.
I will say this gets attention.
It does. I think it does a good job.
It's slightly polarizing, and that some people might be like, well, this doesn't really feel like a traditional trailer, but maybe that's like, this worked, right? We're sitting here talking about it.
That's the reason why I'm saying
so maybe in that regard, it's completely 100% effective.
But does anybody going to sit there and be like, make the connection to like, the revolution starts now with the revolution that he was literally the catalyst.
Yeah.
To help get the plan, to start the rebellion in the actual Star Wars.
I think that it can also be seen as just a more generalized, like, there's always a revolution in Star Wars. Whether you're, against the Empire or you're against the First Order, there's always a revolution.
Dude, it's not called Star Get Along. It's called Star Wars. It's like, that's how it's supposed to be. But
Star Cooperation.
Star Friendship.
Star Friendship. I'm going to open a preschool that's Star Wars themed. It's going to be called Star Friends. It's Star Wars themed, but everybody gets along.
At my kids' school, they actually have Superstar in preschool.
Really?
Who's the Superstar of the Week?
There you go.
But I'm just saying, like, of course, there's always people are at odds. That's why it's called Wars. But, I'm going to watch it because I really enjoyed the first series in the season. And it's one of my favorite, other than I love that first season of Mandalorian. A little bit of 2. I was into it. But, like, it's just the writing for these series, it just wasn't on par. But this, at the time, this separated itself from other
Mandalorian,
series.
though. Mandalorian was,
But I'm saying this separated from the other series that followed, like the ones I just mentioned.
The thing I love about Mandalorian is just a Western of the week. Right. I love that it's not serialized. It's completely just an adventure of the week. I actually really like that.
Right.
And it played really nicely counter to the rest of sort of what they were doing.
Right.
Like, this is very serialized, and watch episode.
And some stuff you shouldn't do, like the Bubba Fett. I didn't need to see that.
Bubba Fett. You keep saying Bubba Fett.
I'm gonna keep saying Bubba Fett.
It's gonna be a character on the show now.
Bubba Fett.
Jared's gonna have to dress up like Bubba Fett.
Should we tell him what the real name is?
He's gonna have a jetpack, but like also like a mustache and a fucking like Trump hat.
By the way, Bubba Fett would be a lot cooler than the other Fett.
What's the other Fett?
Well, it's Boba Fett, right?
I've always heard Boba Fett.
I'm from Chicago, so we call it. So it's like, if you ask me what a tree is, go ahead. Ask me what tree is.
What's a tree?
It's a number between 2 and 4.
Oh,
so we have a different little accent from outside.
Oh my God.
But anyway, this is where we need that sound effects for.
Yeah,
Anyway.
We're working on it. It's right here. I just haven't hooked it up yet. Hey, man, this show is held together with duct tape and friggin', zip ties.
And headphones. My head would fall off if I didn't have
that's right.
Anyway, I think it looks good. Some stuff I might be with you. I question some of the decisions, but we don't know what happened in that marketing room.
Yeah.
We don't know.
All right. I'm going to get on board. It's fine.
Yeah,
no shade. It's edited great.
It's great.
It's good. It's just the music and stuff. I was just like, what?
Hang on. I think Disney's calling again.
They're calling again. I'm going to be hauled away.
Yeah.
Like a van's going to pull up with Mickey ears on it.
Right.
And I'm like, you get in the van. You fucker. Messing with our brand.
My kid's going to hear that. He's going to start crying. Somehow this is going to leak and be played over Disneyland.
My daughter's going to love this because she makes me do security guard Mickey when we go to the parks. It's like he pulls up on a golf cart and he's like, hey, you can't park there. What do you think you're doing? You come with me. It's just Mickey mad at anything is hysterical. Like,
yeah.
Like being an authority figure is like.
Wonder what your neighbors think about you doing story time at night if they can hear
you. They don't love it. All right. Next trailer. And we're trying to wrap the show. We're getting close. It's a big show. All right. Real quick, disclaimer. There's no way I would show this trailer to my daughter. She's 10. So if you have kids, might want to like skip ahead 3 minutes or so.
I have not seen this.
It's gnarly. So just letting you know.
Here we go.
My old man just died. I come in as a favor, and now they want me to lock up. Hey, 5-star review, yeah? Like and subscribe on all the things.
You got me. Come on.
Runs in the family.
Brought to you by the anti-tattoo. It's like that's crazy.
I don't even know where to start with this one. I watched it and I was like, this is a thing? Like this is, but I was like, we have to have it on the show because I feel like we have to discuss this.
First of all, for everybody, let's just talk format. This is the one scene trailer.
Yep.
They used to do these a lot more. They haven't done it lately, but this is the one scene. But two, haven't we talked about this? How could they get away with showing all that? We couldn't even, we had to make brown blood. Like, how could they get away with
There's no
this?
disclaimer on the front of it or
Nothing.
anything. Like, pierce a tongue right at the, I was like,
That goes right through. Okay, we're gonna rip this guy's nose off. Oh, then put him in the fire with the bodily fluids. I'm like, that has like all. It's like I'm in a bizarre world.
That's why
right
I gave
now.
a disclaimer for our show because I was just like, whoa, like it's gnarly. I will say this. I actually love the tone.
Of course.
I love the jokes in there. Eric Satmix.
It's great.
I love him being like, subscribe, and all this stuff. Like, it's funny. Like,
yes, it is.
It's the tone is great because it is a little campy, you know, and so I love that. I actually really like how this is shot. I think it's really well shot and lit and all that. So all that's great. But do we need another Final Destination movie? Do we?
What's the last one? It's been a while.
It's been a while, and I was to judge from the comments from this trailer, people are psyched for it.
You know what? We did say in the very beginning of this year, 2025, this is the year where all this crazy stuff's coming out.
And here's another. I feel like every one tops the next one.
And it's crazy because I think this is a scene from the movie. I don't know if they still do special shoots.
It is 100%.
So because they used to do special shoots.
So I have some information.
Yeah,
so
let's read it.
Plagued by a recurring violent nightmare, a college student returns home to find the one person who can break the cycle and save her family from the horrific fate that inevitably awaits them. So this is directed by a director duo, Zach Lipovsky, who was on From the Lot. Who was on The Lot. that Spielberg movie
yeah.
or show. I'm sorry. Geez, I told.
No, On the Lot. The TV show.
It was a TV show. It was like a reality show for like future filmmakers kind of thing. And then Adam B. Stein. So they're newer directors, but they directed Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock. But like
I love Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, it's on Apple TV, I believe.
Yeah.
And then also a movie called Freaks, which was like a horror film.
Right. I remember Freaks.
And so this stars Tony Todd, who was in it.
God bless.
Yeah.
I think he passed.
Did he?
I think so.
Oh, I don't know.
Here, look it up quick, just so I
Let me
don't
look it
start
up really
false
quick.
info.
Hold
But
on.
I have so many great Tony Todd stories.
Really?
Especially when I saw him in Candyman back in the day.
Oh my God, he did pass. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. So he died November 26th. Oh, that's a bummer.
I actually went bowling with him once.
No way.
Yeah, that's a whole other story for another show. We'll do
is.
that.
Well,
but
rest in peace, Tony Todd. I did
he's
not realize he had
amazing.
passed.
Yeah.
But he was in The Rock. And
Right.
we loved him in The Rock. He
And
was in
he's
the original
Candyman.
Candyman.
That's how I met him.
This
So.
also stars Breck Basinger, who was in Stargirl, and this guy who we saw in the trailer is Richard Harmon, who was in The 100. So these are both sort of newer, young actors.
That's okay.
I really liked how he played the scene. I like this guy. I will say it's interesting that if that's his death, that they gave away, like he's a main character, he's a main actor in the movie. That
What
they
else
gave
is there?
away,
Yeah,
like,
what else is
like-
there? If that's it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to top that even more within the movie.
Well, just also like if he's one of the main actors and you showed him killed off in the trailer, like, well,
Yeah.
what are you gonna?
Well, hang on. If you know Final Destination, that doesn't mean that really happened. It could be a vision that you
that's
saw.
a good point.
So it doesn't mean that really happened.
See, I have not. I think I've seen the first one with was it the roller coaster? Or was the first one was the roller coaster?
No, with the plane.
The plane. Okay.
Which I worked
There's
on.
like, was there 3 of them?
There was like 4 or 5 of them, I thought.
I'll look that up too.
There has been quite a few. I worked on one of them. I don't remember which one.
Oh my God, there was 5.
There's 5. That's what I thought.
Holy
so I think
crap.
I worked on 3 and 4, but it's the first one was the plane. But so
there was 5. This is the 6th one.
So to answer your question,
Oh my God.
it doesn't mean that he's actually. This could be a vision.
Okay.
Or maybe he's dead.
Yeah.
Maybe they're showing the whole thing. Maybe it just happened. Like now you're gonna do. I don't let them figure it out in post. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like so. It is in the Final Destination world.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean it actually happened.
I will say one thing. Dude Perfect did an incredible job of setting up the set for him to die. You see how everything was triggering this thing? I was like, this is like a Dude Perfect thing.
It's like, but that's what happens in these movies.
Yeah.
You've seen some of these, right?
I think I've seen the first one.
It's always like one. It's like this domino effect. And
Okay.
because that's how. It's not by chance. That's Tony Todd's character who says this. It's not by fate. It's like it's death's plan.
Oh,
so it's like,
interesting.
that if you leave the house and you forgot your keys and you got to run back in, that's good.
Yeah.
They say now the folklore is wait 2 minutes before you leave again because that was your way of cheating.
God.
Like, geez, that's so freaky. So it's like
that just freaks me out.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole rhetoric of this.
The whole
series.
cheating chance, like
cheating death.
Cheating
you
death.
just said it. That was the whole thing in the first
fate.
episode. Yeah. Right. So
interesting.
Anyway.
Wow. Well, I probably won't get to see this one. This is a little gnarly for me. I could use without the tongue piercing shot. I mean, I'd already seen it, so I was like, well, fuck it, I'll see it again. But it was like, ooh. Anyway, okay. Well, on that note, I saved that one for last because it was so gnarly.
It is gnarly. That's a gnarly one.
And I always love your reactions coming off of those. You're just like, So, well, this was a great Green Band. Thank you guys for joining us. Right. It was packed. We want to say big thanks to Jared Bresnan for switching the show and mixing the show. He's a good friend, and we love that guy. He's great.
Good job, Jared.
Thank you, Jared. And I got to put that in the end credits, so I haven't. That's why I want to say it. Again, just like he said, make sure to like, subscribe, and all the things. 5-star review.
We gotta get that guy in the Green Band. Oh wait, he's not available.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's dead.
He's dead. So anyway, check us out.
Check us out on the TikTok and all the social media,
YouTube, all those
and
things.
we'll see you next week on the Green Band. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us this week on The Green Band. The Green Band podcast is produced by Brian Fink and Michael Carr and brought to you by Karma, Creative Post Experts. All media in this production is used under the protection of fair use. Follow The Green Band on social media, subscribe, and like on YouTube. And please give us a rate and review on your favorite podcast platform. We'll see you back on Friday with a brand new episode of The Green Band.